Yes. You read the title right, ladies and gentlemen. The Philadelphia 76ers front office. They sat in the office. They waited for the trade deadline. The trade deadline arrived. The trade deadline, they did nothing to improve the team. Look, first of all, I know a lot of people are coming through here because they're expecting some kind of rant. They're expecting a crash out. They're expecting me to yell and scream and get all pissed off and red in the face. And that's how I used to do it on this YouTube channel because this team used to piss me off, and they still make me mad a lot of times. But I just recently have become so immune to the 76ers organizational failures that it's just funny to me at this point. It's predictable, and it's funny to me at this point, and I just laugh about it. And then I go watch the games, I react to the games. It's just entertainment for me at this point. I become less and less emotionally invested in what's actually going on. And this, what they did not do at the trade deadline is really the peak of this Sixers ownership group. It is so self-righteous, narcissistic, condescending, insulting. What's the word for just being mega rich and not giving a fuck about anything besides your money, you know? And look, here's the thing too. People want to be mad at Josh Harris. Oh, yeah, I think Josh Harris, I mean, I've called him a scumbag before, and I've called him a lot of names and things like that, but I don't really know Josh Harris. So I don't know if he's a scumbag. I don't know if he's any of those terms, although he is mentioned in the Epstein files, but that could just be, you know, billionaires hanging out together, whether or not they were on an island with... We're not going to go there. But Josh Harris is a dweeb. You know what I mean? He's a fucking dork. Like, we're not, and I'm not saying that in an insulting way. He's somebody who was never popular, was never cool, you know, was never on a sports team, was never in a gym. Women never talked to him in school. And money is all he's ever had. And there's lots of people like that. Jeff Bezos, for example. That guy's a dweeb, right? And so these are just types of people. And Josh Harris didn't buy a sports team because he loves basketball. So the outrage and the shock, I think, is funny, really, because I'm at the point now where I've seen Josh Harris do this so many times that I'm like, why would he not do this? This is what he does. He made an investment. He purchased the 76ers for $500 million. It's worth over $4 billion. He made a massive profit. That was his goal. He never, why would he care about basketball, right? I do, though, think it's insane the way they went about it this season. Like, there's the casual, you know, rich guy, doesn't give a fuck really. The fans are crying about this, or that. He's not listening to the fans. Look, it's kings and peasants. You know, humans haven't come very far from kings and peasants. I don't want to get all, like, I don't know, economical or whatever. We haven't come far from kings and peasants, okay? Josh Harris is a billionaire sitting in a castle, right? The peasants, us Sixers fans, we're outside the castle, sitting on the street, starving, hoping somebody drops a breadcrumb out the window. And Josh Harris is just in the castle, bro. He doesn't even think about the fact that we're out there. He doesn't give a shit. Why would he? He's not on the street. He's living in a totally different world. He's living in a castle. The peasants can't get close to him. He doesn't hear what we're saying. And then he rolls by in a carriage with like a whole army and 50 horses and like tramples over the peasants and some people die. We haven't come far. We haven't come far from kings and peasants. And that's what this is. These people have billions of dollars. They invest in things to make money. He probably thinks basketball is stupid. It's throwing a peach in a basket. And we're just stupid peasants on the street hoping that this billionaire will give us a good basketball team so we can go win a trophy that changes nothing in the grand scheme of things. We haven't come far. But I do think the way they did it this year was 100 times more egotistical than they've done it before. Because this time, you had Joel Embiid himself, the guy, the franchise cornerstone, who, by the way, is 100% responsible for that $500 million turning into $4 billion. If you don't get Joel Embiid in 2013, your $500 million doesn't turn into $4 billion. It turns into something because of inflation and the sports are just basketball is getting more globally popular and everything. We're going to make money either way. The rich get richer. But Joel Embiid's a large reason for those mega profits. All right. And I thought Joel Embiid has been too quiet his whole career. I've said this kind of every year. I thought he should have yelled at Ben Simmons for not shooting the ball years ago. I thought he should have yelled at, whoever. I thought he should demand, a competent roster around him. I thought he should have tried to veto the Al Horford signing, But he's just a casual, chill dude. He doesn't get worked up. I don't want to say he doesn't care enough. He's just not the kind of guy to be outspoken. But this time, this trade deadline, Joel Embiid came right out and said it himself a couple of days ago. If you haven't heard it, here's what Joel Embiid said.
We've been ducking the tax. We've been ducking the tax the last couple of years, so hopefully we'll keep the same thing. I love all the guys that are in here, so I think we got a shot. So hopefully, I don't know what they're gonna do, but I hope that at least we get a chance to just go out and compete because we got a lot of good group of guys in this locker room, and vibes are great. So yeah, like I said in the past, we've been I guess ducking the tax. So hopefully we think about improving because maybe we have a chance.
In the past, we've been ducking the tax. Hopefully this time we think about improving because I think we have a chance. The 76ers owners did not do that because they don't care. They don't care what we say. They don't even care what Joel Embiid says. Not only did they not improve at the trade deadline, they traded a 21-year-old player who was on his way to being Rookie of the Year last year before he hurt his knee to get under the tax. And look, my reaction to the Jared McCain trade, it was kind of mild-tempered, I think, because I understand that Tyrese Maxey and VJ Edgecombe are a perfect pairing. And I don't think that there's a spot on this roster for Jared McCain in the future. So I thought they were going to trade him anyway. I thought that trade would have happened down the line sometime. Right? To trade him at this trade deadline, just to get under the tax because he was on a $4.8 million rookie extension, is insane. It's insane. My first reaction wasn't like this reaction right now because I didn't think about it the way that I'm thinking about it now. I guess I slept on it as they say. But even if you wanted to duck the tax, there was a lot of different ways you could have done that. Trading a player with the potential of Jared McCain to duck the tax is criminal. It should be criminal. You traded Jared McCain and you didn't get a player in return that makes you better right now. That's insane. And it bothers me even more because Kyle Lowry is on a veteran minimum, $3.6 million contract. Somehow survived another trade deadline. A fat retired player who you know is done, can't play. You kept him again. I'm sorry to all the Philly heads that love Kyle Lowry. He's from North Philly. They love him. I'm not allowed to say anything negative about him. He's fat and retired. Let's call it what it is, man. And they kept him. They kept Kyle Lowry on the roster. They traded a 21-year-old with the potential of Jared McCain. And they kept a fat retired player because Nick Nurse loves him. That's insane, guys. It's malpractice. It's blasphemous. These guys should be in jail. They should. And then when the Sixers fans, us, just peasants on the internet, it's not like Josh Harris is reading Twitter. As us, the peasants, are freaking out. Oh my God, I can't believe you did this. Is this going to be really going to be their only move? There better be another move they make. They trade Eric Gordon. They trade Eric Gordon and a 2032 second-round pick swap. This gives the 76ers the flexibility to complete conversion of two-way Dominic Barlow. This one is weird also. Again, there was other ways, even after the Jared McCain trade, that you could have converted Dominic Barlow. And between Kyle Lowry and Eric Gordon, at least we've seen Eric Gordon get on the floor this season and look like somewhat of an NBA player just on the last couple years of his career life. You traded the guy that kind of has a little something left. And don't get me wrong, I don't want to see Eric Gordon on the floor. But it's just odd to me. How the hell did you end up trading Jared McCain and Eric Gordon to duck the tax? You kept Kyle Lowry on your roster. And you did nothing else. That is so 76ers, it's unbelievable. Let's look at exactly how this helped out their cap space, okay? Their cap status before the trades, they were over the salary cap, roughly $7.8 million above the luxury tax line, below the first apron, but limited in flexibility. Spot Rack had them at about $42.3 million in theoretical cap space. They had $5.1 million room to the first apron and $17 million to the second apron. The Jared McCain trade, removing that salary reduces the 76ers payroll and helped them get closer to the tax line. It also freed up a roster spot, and the Sixers at least are arguing that helps them sign Dominic Barlow. Eric Gordon trading him further reduces the salary, helps the Sixers fall below the luxury tax line. Reports indicate that after this move, Philadelphia is just under the luxury tax threshold with open roster spots and ability to convert two ways to standard deals. So Joel Embiid himself, the guy who is responsible for making Josh Harris all of this money, said out loud, I really hope we improve the team and we don't just duck the tax like we've been doing every year. And Josh Harris said, hey, Joel Embiid, I know you made me a lot of money, but fuck you, buddy. Fuck you, Joel Embiid. I don't give a fuck about you. Are you serious? I'm a king. You're a peasant. I know you made $300 million in the NBA, but that's fucking pennies compared to what I make. I am a king. Get him out of my face. Guards, have him removed! Is the world we live in, guys. What can we do about it? What can we do about it? We can't do anything about it. So there's no point in sitting up here and being all mad about it and screaming and yelling like I just did, like I said I wasn't going to do. There's no point, man. It is what it is, baby. I'm just on this earth until I'm not on this earth anymore. Some people are rich, some people are poor. Bars! I just freestyled a rhyme, dude. William Irvine, thank you so much for the $20 super chat. Yo, I'm cracking up. Yeah, man. Listen, how long have we been live? 19 minutes. Look, I don't have much to say, man. That's why they didn't do anything at the trade deadline. That's what happened. We're living in a rich man's world. Josh Harris didn't want to pay the luxury tax. Joel Embiid pleaded him to make the team better. He said, fuck you, buddy. I don't care. I'm not paying the luxury tax. Who do you think you are? And I want to say this before I go. And if anybody, I'll go back and forth with the chat for a little while too. So we're not just going to jump and run. Shout out to everyone in here. Hit the like button for me one time. And thank you guys for rocking with my other channel, Run It Back NBA, which was DJ Eastwood TV, which was my backup channel while this channel was down because somebody hacked my email. I got this channel back and I made that Run It Back NBA. So we're rocking 2 channels right now. Yeah, I want to say this. A lot of people are mad at Daryl Morey. You know, and I've had my quarrels with Daryl Morey for specific reasons over the years. His obsession with James Harden past his prime, his ridiculous overvaluing of Tobias Harris and never traded him, let us sit on that entire contract. The Ben Simmons situation, there's some things I've said about Daryl Morey. But this situation, Daryl Morey's just answering to the boss, guys. Daryl Morey gets paid money every week, just like you and me, just like the NBA players on the team. Daryl Morey has houses and cars and a family, and he's bills to pay. And Daryl Morey wants his paycheck every week. And if Daryl Morey wants to improve the team, he might go try to do that. But if Josh Harris says, I want you to, your number one priority is to get me under the luxury tax, if you want to keep your job, if you want to continue to get paid this money to live the life that you live, you get me under the luxury tax. That's what happened. Daryl Morey's just doing what the boss said, man. And look, I don't hate the 76ers team right now. We'll see. We'll see. If Joel Embiid's healthy, anything's possible. I'm still dying on that hill. When Joel Embiid's healthy, anything's possible. Tyrese Maxey's playing at an MVP level. VJ Edgecombe's playing at a Rookie of the Year level if it wasn't for Cooper Flagg and maybe Con Kneppel. I still like the 76ers team. It's just that, the Knicks got better. Alvarado. The Celtics did they get better with the Vucevic trade? We'll see. But the Celtics are good, even without Jason Tatum right now. And so the Sixers are potentially there. They could be competitive in the East. If money wasn't involved, you would have loved to see them try to improve the team in some way to stack up with those teams, the Knicks and the Celtics. And they did not do that because Josh Harris wanted to save the tax money. And there's nothing we can do about it because in the grand scheme of hierarchy, we don't matter. We don't matter. I'm just a dude. I'm just a middle-class dude who made a YouTube studio in his attic in Hershey, Pennsylvania. Tuck, thank you for the super chat. 2026 NBA champs, Philadelphia 76ers. Hey, if Joel Embiid is healthy, anything is possible. But yeah, Daryl Morey was just doing his job, man. He was just doing his job. Let's see. What you guys got in the chat, man? Are we competitive in the East, though? The Knicks will be a tough matchup, and the Cavs and Pistons gentlemen sweep us. No, they don't. No, they don't. I'm not going with a gentleman sweep if Joel Embiid's healthy. I watched rookie Joel Embiid, first ever month in the NBA, take TJ McConnell, Luke Ba Mute, and Tony Roten to 12-5 in the month of January 2016. Joel Embiid is that good when he's healthy. So nobody's gentleman sweeping us. I don't care if it's the Pistons, the Celtics, the Knicks, the Cavs. No. And all of my thoughts on the rest of the trades that went down, and I think I have more opinions on James Harden in Cleveland and the Knicks and some other teams. I'm going to put together another Run It Back NBA video for tomorrow morning, giving all of my thoughts on all of that. So stay tuned for that. Let's do that before we get out of here. C Farmer, thank you for that comment. Let's do that before we get out of here. Current free agent market, since the Sixers want to tell everybody that, hey, listen, guys, we can still get buyouts. The Philadelphia buyouts are back. Remember Kyle Lowry, Eric Gordon, Reggie Jackson, and we started the season 5-20 and nobody could figure out why? Because you got a team full of buyouts, dude. Current free agent market, Chris Middleton, potential buyout. Chris Middleton probably can't walk at this point. He's sprained his ankles 9,000 times. I'm not going Chris Middleton. George Niang, too fat. Too fat for the NBA. George Niang's fatness finally caught up to him. When you're tall and you can shoot threes, you can last a decent while in the NBA. But at some point, you have to be able to move your feet and stay in front of, at least get your body in front of people. George Niang thought he could coast through the NBA being 40 pounds overweight because he likes to drink. I know that's a fact. I have friends that were drinking with George Niang in Philly plenty of times. George Niang's out of here. Too fat. Cam Thomas. Wow, isn't it crazy that Cam Thomas is a... That's this upcoming offseason, right? That's this upcoming offseason, right? Because Cam Thomas isn't a free agent right now. He's playing for the Brooklyn Nets, right? Corporate Brian Pumper. Brian Pumper is back. Brian Pumper, man, where you been, bro? Did you get banned? You got a new account? Brian Pumper, for those who don't know, is a legend in the Run It Back Philly chat. And for you young kids out there, he got waived. Cam Thomas got waived. Okay. I didn't catch that one. There was so much. We'll talk about that. But Brian Pumper, I want to tell you guys about Brian Pumper in the chat, okay? First of all, anybody who's not a millennial, do not Google Brian Pumper, okay? Just don't do it. Do not do that. All right? People my age might know what that means. We're happy you're back, Brian Pumper. He said, you see the Maxey video, the vibes went completely up in smoke, such a nasty franchise. What Maxey video? What does that mean? What does that mean? I need more information than that, bro. How are you going to drop a $5 super chat and give no information on what you're talking about? Did you see that Maxey video? What Maxey video? How would I even, what is that? How would I even know what you're talking about or find it? Who knows the vid? Who knows the Maxey video? Oh, okay. My bad, Brian Pumper. I apologize. How do I find it? Maxey McCain? What do I do? Oh, this is it? Oh, damn. Do I want to watch this? Do I want to watch this? I guess. Okay. Here we go. If there's music in the background, I can't play it. Let's see. Okay.
Part of the business, number one. And then number two, man, it's just sad, man. Like, little brother to me, dog. Like, kind of like the first real rook, I guess, rookie vet for me, man. It's yeah, I mean, he was emotional and stuff, but I'm happy for him. Hopefully, he gets an even better opportunity over there to succeed. And I woke up this morning, I was sitting there, I got the bell, like, man, I ain't gonna see J-Mac downstairs, and it's just a little different. It's just, unexpected. That's really all I got to say. Like, you just never know. And again, it's a part of the business. I've been a part of some really, really big trades, you know what I mean? Like, on trade deadline day, probably like 2, maybe 3. But yeah, it's different.
Were you guys all together?
Yeah, we was all together on the bus. All together on the bus, confused. He came back there and said he got traded, and we was just like, all right, whatever. Like,
hey, listen, it's part of the business. Again, I don't think Jared McCain had a role in this team with the emergence of VJ Edgecombe. In the future, I just thought they would wait a couple years to do that. Giving up on a player that has that potential just to get under the luxury tax blows my mind. Blows my mind. Right? And then you think about it's to the Oklahoma City Thunder. Sam Presti just laughing to the bank once again. Sam Presti just feet up on a desk just laughing, dude. Like, you guys are really going to give me Jared McCain for the Rockets' first-round pick that's going to be in 25? I'm going to fucking cry the first time I see Jared McCain drop a 30-piece for the Thunder. It's going to happen, too. You know it's going to happen. They know how to develop. They know how to build a roster. They know how to coach. It's going to happen. I guarantee you this. They won't put Jared McCain on the floor with like 3 other point guards and stick him in the corner. Cam Thomas got waived. We can sign him right now. So Cam, you can sign Cam Thomas. All right. And look, if I look at Jared McCain and Cam Thomas and I say who's better right now, Cam Thomas is better. Right now, right? So if they sign Cam Thomas, the Jared McCain thing doesn't hurt you too much right now. Although it's going to hurt you in 5 years when he's the star that I think he can be. Doesn't hurt you right now. I mean, Cam Thomas and Jared McCain, neither of them can guard my 10-year-old. So you're not getting any defense there. But a player off the bench who can score, Cam Thomas can rack up the buckets. I don't know if people like playing with him. Doesn't seem like they do. There's been a couple of times recently in Brooklyn where he was immediately benched after taking a horrendous shot early in the shot clock, things like that. Cam Thomas, a little bit of a J.R. Smith, worse defensively and dumber. But if you sign Cam Thomas, that makes the Jared McCain thing not hurt as much roster-wise, I think. We'll see what they do, man. But that's my take on it. You know, I'm not super angry. I'm not just going to sit up here and yell. I am numb to the 76ers front office, and they cannot affect me emotionally anymore. As a YouTube reporter, reacting to the Philadelphia 76ers and the rest of the NBA and going about my life. Anyway, man, I love you guys. I guess the Sixers play tonight at like 10:30 or something. I'll probably watch the first half of that and fall asleep. We'll see. We'll have a post-game live show for that one tomorrow. So stay tuned for that.